All right, everybody, 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins here. Real quick weather update. Let's do the tropics here. We've had a couple things to look at, but ironically, right before I sat down to do this, they dropped this one here. There was only a 10% chance that this thing develops, which, see that moving away right there? That's it. It's gone. There's nothing to it. So they just dropped that down to 0. This wave here, kind of sitting out here, that one is what they have about a 20% chance of development on as it moves up into this area. And I'm thinking it's over here by the time we get towards Labor Day. So anybody in here, you're looking good in Florida as far as Labor Day goes, right? The Labor Day weekend looks really good. This is, you can see finally we got some convection out here. We've got not only convection here, right? This is wave number 1, but this is wave number 2 coming off of Africa over here. And that one, as I'm going to show you, shows up a lot on the models. The model's really trying to develop this one. Look, a lot of these storms have been coming further north off of Africa, and that's one of the reasons why we haven't seen a whole lot. This one's pretty far to the south. There's warmer water down here, and it's got a better chance of holding together. So let's talk about the models at this point. So basically, this is what the Hurricane Center is giving us right now. It's what I just kind of showed you, the 0% chance there, 20% for that. Now, let's talk the forecast models. This is the GFS. No, it's the European. Yeah, I should have known that. This is the European. And if you notice, look at the Caribbean islands. So this is a change because they have been doing something like this lately. Now you get the idea they're doing something like this. This is with wave number 1 that's sitting out here now. It does something like that, right? Wave number 2, what's coming off of Africa, is this one here. And almost every model is grabbing it and taking it off to the north, which would be really good for recurve. This front one we need to watch. All right, this is the GFS version of that. And you can see that basically wave number 2 right here, this is the one coming off of Africa, likely will recurve. It doesn't do much with wave number 1 that's right here now, right? It just doesn't do much with it. Both models do sense something going on here in the western Gulf of Mexico, something to keep an eye on. But that's just kind of popping up there in the background. Here's the GFS forecast model. This is the main run, and you can see, well, you can't really see much. I mean, there's a little bit sitting out here. Again, I'm watching this area by Monday, and this is Sunday morning. So let's go back out to Monday afternoon, and the GFS, you see this little kink right here? That's the GFS version saying there's some weak low right there. That's it. There's number 2 coming off of Africa. Still some moisture, it looks like, in the western Gulf of Mexico. It's hard to tell. Weaker systems and a lot of moisture will go further to the west. And if you look right in here, it's almost hard to tell if that's what that is. And then we go further out in time. Let's go out to a week from today. And you can see we're looking at, again, nothing much in here. It actually loses this, which is weird. So not a lot of agreement, right? Now, this is the European forecast model, the main run of it. Let's go out to Monday, Labor Day. There we go. Look at the islands here. See them right in here. See the moisture? See number 2? It's coming off of Africa now. And then, again, moisture here. Nothing developed yet, but it's looking very similar to that. All right, another good thing to point out here is cold front here. Good news. Because you get those cold fronts, they take these big high pressures. Instead of it extending all the way out over here, it breaks it down a little bit. Instead of coming all the way out over here, and it brings it out over here, and that opens the door for anything that's here to come up and out. If it can get up there. If it gets underneath this one, then it goes, whoop, and you don't want that. So let's talk about this. This is the GFS model. Sorry about that. Go out through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is Labor Day in the afternoon, and you're just starting to see some lows sniffing here. This is the wave coming off of Africa. It takes a while, right? I mean, today's Wednesday. This is Monday. 5 days. A couple lower pressures here, nothing big. But watch as I go into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You get the overall trend. I'm going to back this up and go forward. See where it's recurving? This is wave number 1. This is wave number 2. Wave 2 went like this. Wave number 1 is going like this. So the GFS is thinking curving. Yes, it's still sniffing stuff here. No, we will not see that many lows. That's not how this works. This is one run of the model. That's another run. That's another run, right? Obviously, there's not going to be this many circles here, this many lows. It's going to be one, but that's just different runs of the model. This is the same setup for the European model. Big ridge. Look at this big ridge. Look at this, all this red here, right? That's a big ridge. Storms will float like a bobber underneath of that until they can get around the edge, and then they'll come up, okay? We know that's just how it works, usually. Now, let's go out to Monday. There's Labor Day, and look where that ridge is now. It's breaking up. There's a hole here. See the hole here? That is a door, essentially, for tropical systems. So, number one, you got to find out, do you have a tropical system? And where is it in relation to the door, right? And that all changes with time. And these are only model runs looking at a week, a little less than a week, 5 to 6 days from now, right? So that's why we keep looking at the models every day to see what it trends like. Now, let's go out to a week from today. Look what the European does. Again, much lower, coming across Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Cuba right here. Wave number 2, don't think we have to worry about that. That looks like it does want to come up and go out. This one was doing something like this. Now it's doing something like that. So definitely need to keep an eye on that. This is the development chances of basically of seeing a tropical depression. So it's saying this is a weak system, taking it towards the islands. It says this one by far has the best chance of developing. And then this is coming up. I mean, look, that Western Gulf, according to the European, has a better chance of seeing tropical storm, tropical depression conditions than the lesser and greater Antilles, right? So this is something to watch as we get into next. Well, let's back up. This is this weekend. That's moisture, and then here we go as we go into the end of Labor Day weekend. So definitely something for them to watch. This is showing you the atmosphere. It's basically showing you lift in the atmosphere where you see the green. So this is South America here, Africa. Our storms develop in this region right here. Where you see green out there, and I've kind of circled the big area, that's where we have lots of lift. That's where we expect to see a lot of storms. And I've also showed you here, look at the dates. This is the 12th of September all the way through the 7th of October. So we've got some lift in here, not a whole lot. It's what you get when we're looking at the models right now. But by the time we get really into the heart of September and the first, if this holds, it would be the first half of October, we've got this big area of lift in the atmosphere that could keep us a little bit on the busy side. So that's where we are right now. 20% chance of development, guys. That's it. We're fine through the upcoming weekend. If you have any questions or anything like that, just let me know. We will keep an eye on the Western Gulf of Mexico. And, of course, I'll keep updating you here. All right. Have a good one, guys.